Pixar just pulled back the curtain on Toy Story 5, and it looks like Woody and the crew are about to face their wildest challenge yet. Pete Docter, Pixar's chief creative officer, revealed the first real details, and according to The Hollywood Reporter, this isn't just another showdown with a bratty neighbor or a greedy toy collector, it's a battle against technology itself. Bonnie Anderson is now 8, and her toys have been ditched for her new obsession, a frog-faced tablet called the Lily Pad. From the early concept art, this thing doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It towers over Buzz, Jessie, and Bullseye like a pixelated dictator, ready to wipe out the old way of play. It's the toys versus screens, and for Woody's crew, the stakes couldn't be more personal. Bonnie gets the Lily Pad for school chats and games, but the device quickly takes control, deciding what's best for her. And that apparently means pushing out the toys. Suddenly, Woody, Buzz, and Jessie are ghosted by a gadget. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and Joan Cusack are all back in the booth, joined by Ernie Hudson as Combat Carl, paying tribute to the late Carl Weathers. Pixar even dropped the official logline. The gang's jobs get exponentially harder when they're forced to battle the next generation of iPad kids. And as if that wasn't wild enough, Dr. teased the opening sequence, stranded Buzz Lightyear's on a desert island scrambling to reach Star Command. Classic Toy Story chaos. The returning lineup looks strong. Hanks as Woody, Allen as Buzz, Cusack as Jessie, plus some surprises. Conan O'Brien is voicing a brand new mystery character, and now it's confirmed that Tony Hale is back as Forky. Forky's return makes perfect sense. He was the emotional and philosophical curveball of Toy Story 4. Born out of a spork, pipe cleaners, and Bonnie's imagination, Forky sparked the question, what actually makes a toy alive? His inclusion here could be the perfect bridge between old school toys and digital gadgets, especially with Toy Story 5 diving into screen-based play. Hale's warmth and comic timing already made Forky unforgettable, so his comeback could be one of Pixar's smartest moves. Toy Story 5 was officially announced in 2023, with longtime Pixar veteran Andrew Stanton writing and directing. Plot details are mostly secret, but the theme is crystal clear. Toys struggling to stay relevant in a digital-first world. Tim Allen has been dropping hints that Jessie plays a huge part this time, forcing Buzz to step up in ways we've never seen. He teased some emotional third-act moments for Buzz, maybe even shocking ones, and admitted that while it felt strange recording again at first, slipping into Buzz's boots was as natural as ever. Most importantly, Allen says the script is genuinely exciting, and Pixar wouldn't have called him and Hanks back unless the story was worth it. When the sequel was announced, not every fan was thrilled. Toy Story 3 and 4 already gave us gut-punch farewells, and many thought the series had ended perfectly. Some worried this was Pixar stretching things too far, but Allen's enthusiasm suggests otherwise. If Pixar can balance timeless Toy Story themes, friendship, identity, purpose, with the modern clash of toys versus tech, they might just pull it off again. Of course, you can't have Toy Story without Woody. At the end of Part 4, he left with Bo Peep, but according to fresh reports, Jessie calls him back when the Lily Pad wreaks havoc. How she reaches him is a mystery, but it's confirmed that Woody and Buzz will clash again. Their rivalry is legendary, but this time it could cut deeper. Jessie stepped into leadership since Woody left, and that shift may rub him the wrong way. Fans are worried the film could lean too hard on Woody's jealous streak, making him seem bitter instead of the character we've watched grow for decades. Still, Woody's fiery side has always been part of his charm, and if Pixar plays it right, this conflict could add depth rather than undoing his journey. For younger viewers, Toy Story 5 will likely be their first big-screen Toy Story experience. Without nostalgia to soften things, they'll be meeting Woody and Buzz fresh. That makes it even more important that Woody doesn't come across as just a grumpy cowboy. Pixar has a strong track record with Ox, so hopefully they'll honor his growth while still giving him room for conflict. So how do Woody and Buzz reunite after their emotional goodbye? Allen's hints point to Jessie being the spark. Maybe she's the one in real danger, forcing Woody to return. There are even fan theories that Jessie's become Bonnie's favorite toy, leading the group as the tablet chaos escalates. Some speculate Bonnie's Lily Pad might even be the key to tracking Woody down, creating a digital twist no one expected. A toys in the tech world scenario could open some wild new doors. The cast is stacked. With Hanks, Alan, Cusack, Hudson, and Hale confirmed, plus O'Brien's mystery role, the nostalgia factor is sky high. Pixar already proved with Toy Story 4 they could deliver a heartfelt sequel after what felt like the perfect finale in Toy Story 3. Now the story feels more relevant than ever, taking on a world where kids are glued to tablets and phones. The timeline has shifted too. Toy Story 4 was set around 2007, before tablets took over. Now Bonnie's older, and the story jumps forward into the mid-2000s. That update alone makes the toys' fight for relevance hit harder. And if Pixar really wants to break our hearts, a time jump could open the door for Andy's return, this time as a dad. Imagine Andy buying a Buzz Lightyear for his kid. That would bring the saga full circle in the most emotional way possible. Concept art has already teased an army of new Buzz Lightyear figures, calling back to Toy Story 2. Picture a 15th anniversary Buzz edition, fresh out of the box, ready for battle, clueless they're toys. Throw them in with the original Buzz and you've got comedy, nostalgia, and identity crisis gold. Buzz facing younger, shinier versions of himself. That's the kind of layered storytelling Pixar does best. At its core, Toy Story 5 is shaping up as more than just toys versus tech. It's about change, leadership, relevance, and rediscovering why these characters matter so much. Jessie trying to keep the gang together, Buzz facing a crisis of identity, Woody being pulled back into the fold. It all feels personal. Pixar has officially locked the release date for June 19th, 2026, and expectations are massive. The challenge is to make this feel like a story worth telling, not just another nostalgia trip. If Pixar nails the balance between heart and relevance, Toy Story 5 could be another emotional powerhouse. If not, it risks feeling like a lecture about kids these days. Let's hope they stick the landing and give Woody, Buzz, Jessie, and the whole gang a send-off that feels as magical as the first time we met them. Another angle Pixar seems to be hinting at is the expansion of the Toy Story universe beyond Bonnie's room. With the lily pad acting as both a physical toy rival and a digital gateway, there's a strong chance the film might explore new settings outside the traditional toy box. Imagine the toys navigating through online spaces, or even finding themselves in massive play zones created by kids around the world. It could be Pixar's most ambitious leap yet, blending the grounded heart of Toy Story with a bold, modern twist. There's also been quiet talk that this sequel could lean more heavily into musical elements. While Toy Story has always had Randy Newman's iconic songs, some insiders suggest Jessie could get a spotlight moment, a big emotional sequence that not only reinforces her leadership role, but also becomes one of those unforgettable Pixar tearjerkers. If true, it would add a fresh layer to Jessie's arc and give fans a reason to rewatch her moments for years to come. And let's not forget the possibility of new toys joining the crew. Every Toy Story installment has introduced memorable side characters, from Lotso to Duke Kaboom, and this time will be no different. Whether it's quirky gadgets trying to prove they're just as important as classic toys, or entirely original figures with ties to Bonnie's imagination, Pixar has endless opportunities to keep the cast fresh. It's these little surprises that usually end up stealing the show and keeping Toy Story alive for the next generation.